Welcome to UX Living Lab. Our presentation will start soon. Thank you for being with us. Today we are talking about engaging academia. In UX Living Lab, we are delivering live presentations every week on various topics connected to open innovation journey and UX research. So this series is for how to build a sustainable innovation ecosystem for small brands. It's talking about designing various components of ecosystem, and today we are talking about engaging academia. In previous weeks we discussed about vendors, channel partners, the component of competitors and market, then customers, startups, other industries, internal team, and today we are talking about academia. I'm Thomas. If you want to talk to me, scan this QR code and fix an appointment. We always talk about open innovation journeys from ideation, then concept, then look and feel, prototyping, MVP, and market feedback. We can talk about listening, planning, executing, and deploy and measure of open innovation journeys and UX research. At the same time, you are invited to subscribe our newsletter for deep understanding. Of course, you can share my presentation to your friends and colleagues and expecting your comments and feedbacks and questions on my presentation. So coming back to our topic, engaging academia. What is academia actually? Actually, academia is an environment of teachers or research people or something connected to education, study and thinking. So academia means studying and thinking. That's the important points connected to academia. You have to keep in mind academia means studying and thinking. So how to engage academia to your ecosystem, to your business? Engage academia for studying and thinking about a problem. That's the first thing you have to keep in mind. Engaging academia only to studying and thinking about a problem. If you have a business problem, they can study and think about the problem. Do not expect decisions from academia to move forward. The most of the people will expect, okay, academia will give the solutions or decisions how to move forward. They can't. For that purpose, you have to go to a business consultant, not academia. Academia is only for studying and thinking. Engage academia for specific tasks, not for business consulting. These are the three important things you have to keep in mind. More specifically, I can say that in a simple sentence, I can say that academia contains teachers and students and research scholars or connected to academics. What's their experience? Their experience is okay. A degree level student is having experience of 12 to 15 years of studying, nothing else. They have the experience of studying. A professor is having 25 years of experience in studying and teaching. They don't have a business experience. So that's the reason I always say that don't expect the type of solutions or the type of decisions, business decisions from academia. Some people always say that we can decide, and also don't take it as a expert opinion. You use academia only to study and think about the problem. That is one of the important thumb rules or uh, important rules you have to follow. Mainly it can be thumb rule because it's based on my experience, so people maybe differ with my opinion, but based on my experience I am sharing my presentation. So you need not expect, do not expect decisions from academia. Why I am saying that? Why should you engage academia? That is another question. Then if I say that they can't decide, so they can't give any suggestions or their suggestions are substandard, so why should we engage? So actually when you take a decision, this is the process. You can say that when there is a problem, what the first step you have to do? You have to learn about the problem, then analyze the problem from different perspectives, then visualize for future, then decide. Because these are the four main steps of decision making: learn about the situation, learn about the problem, analyze from different perspectives, and visualize which perspective is best for you, then decide. So the learn, analyze, visualize, and decide. That's the way the business decision or whatever maybe your decision is going on. So what's the role of academia? The learn and analysis can be engaged with academia, and visualize and decision making is business. Why I'm saying so? Because academia is having experience in learning. That's what I said. And analyzing from different perspectives, using different models. That's what their experience, their expertise. So you can use them. And as a business person, as an entrepreneur, you have a experience of visualizing and decision making. This is experience you have. Because you people or you the business person may not have the much experience after their studies for learning. It's very difficult for them to learn in a theoretical sense, in theoretical perspectives, because they always decide fast without much learning. That is a drawback of entrepreneur entrepreneur or business decision. They won't learn much, take intuition based decisions, especially in the middle level brands. But when you talk about the big companies, that's not like that. They have a huge team, they are maintaining a big team to learn about the problems. So that's a different scenario. But I'm talking about the small brands. Normally they don't have the capability of learning, or they are not experienced in learning how to learn. So they take decisions fast without much learning and analyzing. So that is mainly a intuition based decisions. So that's a area where you can add academia, because they can learn and analyze. You can take decisions. And also keep in mind that academia can't take decisions. Any human can take decisions, but that is not an expert decision. So don't depend on that. So depend academia only for learning and analysis. That is the drawback the entrepreneur having, his business person is having. So that part he can give to them. But if you do without proper learning and analysis, it's a gambling. In a single terms, it's gambling. It's intuition based decision. It may fail or it may success. You have no idea. But in business, it's a calculated risk. Calculated risk means you have to analyze the situation and take the risk. So for that, you have to study from different perspectives. You engage academia for that. That's the reason why should you engage academia to your decision making process. What are the areas? First, I can talk about macro level engagement of academia. Well, what is, if you are a management person, you are familiar with these model. Macro level engagement contains the pestle I'm showing here. That is a derivative of pest analysis. Pest analysis, political, economical, socio-cultural, and technological. These are the four aspects of pest analysis. That's a macro level environment analysis in management. The different whatever maybe the variant you are using, there are different variants like pestle, pestle, slept, step, steep, steeple, desktop. Okay, there are different variables. You can add some components according to the importance of your business. So you can add, but anyway, everything is derived from pest analysis. But I always recommend you to use the pestle analysis. That is political. Political means from government or the strategies that beyond your control. So strategical policies and strategies, then economical factors, the financial aspects, then social aspects, technological aspects, environmental aspect, and legal aspect. These are the five. That is the six components. In the pest, there is only four components. Then in pestle, there are six components. These are the six components where you can engage academia. The legal aspects. To study the legal aspects of the problem, you can engage academia according to their expertise. Is a strategical issue, so you can engage the management people from academia, the academia who is specialized in management, maybe MBAs and also as management experts. You can use economic, the financial people, the social, the cultural, the anthropology or psychology. These type of people you can use. Then technology factors, of course, the technical people. Then environmental factors. Also, you can engage academia or select based on these expertise. Another model you can come across is micro level engagement. What is micro level engagement? Forum analysis. That is manpower, materials, machinery, and money. So micro level analysis of your business. Here also you can use different variants. There's a forum, come to 5M. You can add you can add measurement or marketing or different aspects you can add according to your business. But always I recommend the 5Ms, that is manpower, money, machinery, materials, and marketing. These are the internal things or directly connected to your business. That's why it's called micro level engagement. So manpower, so how to improve your manpower, some training scenarios, or some theoretical training you required for your improve the knowledge. That is one of the important things when we talk about engaging internal team. Then improvement of your the knowledge of your team is very vital for um, innovation. So that is very important. That part we can add economy and money, of course, the internal auditing or the procedure connected to money management. Then machines, so it's the technical aspects. Then materials, raw materials, and chemical compounding, or depending on your business it can be. Being a consultant, materials may not be consulting business, materials may not be a big thing, and machinery also may not be very big thing. In marketing also you can engage academia for finding the models or for analyzing the market. A lot of aspects you can do. So these are the micro level and macro level engagement of academia. Select based on each activity and their expertise. How to select members? Then I already explained where you can select or where you can add academia. Then next is how to select members of academia. So of course you have to select teachers and students. That is not only teachers. I won't recommend that, because one thing is teachers is little bit aged. You need the new thinking process, new way of thinking, not only the theoretical side, that new Gen Z's opinion or thinking process. That's why I always recommend students also. So teacher and the students, like form a team like the teacher plus students. Need not form a team only with students. That is not work. And only with teachers, that's also not workable. So always select a team for each problem. Then monitor the team closely by the task manager. That's very important. You should have a task manager and monitor the team closely, because they are actually outsiders. They don't know much about your business. They are trying to study your problem and give the recommendations. So you have to closely watch by your task manager, or you yourself has to watch it. Best is you can engage a task manager to watch it. So you need a task manager. Then organize team for each task and resolve on completion. That's one of the important things. Organize the team only for a particular task. Don't engage like a continuous engagement of a teacher student. It won't work in business, because you have a lot of other things to do. So it won't work in. So engage them a specific task and resolve the team when completion. And if you have another task, you can organize the team again. That's very important. Then what is a language you have to talk to academia? That's very interesting area. You have to think, because how to translate business language to academic is one of the biggest concerns while engaging academia. I'm sure that most of the middle level companies won't engage academia. I know that more 99% of middle level companies or small brands, they won't engage academia, because of the main problem is this: they can't understand what the teachers are saying, and teachers can't understand what you are saying. So the language problem is there. So how to tackle or how to translate business language to academia? I can give a scenario, very, very interesting scenario. For example, if you have a logistic company, you have a lot of trucks, and you have to stuff, or you have to fill your truck with objects or the products. Think about this scenario. If you explain in such a that how I can load maximum number of products in my truck, that's the situation you are looking for, because that gives profits. Because the expenditure of truck and traveling expense is same, no much variation. So whatever maximum you can load into a truck gives maximum income, and it gives higher profits. So maximization of space. But when you explain like that, how I can load more to my truck, they can't understand it properly. So there is a mediator. Either you can learn about their language, or they can learn about your language, or you can use a mediator to use academia. They can understand the theoretical part of it. That is, okay, there is a box. You had to inscribe small boxes in a big box. So then it becomes a mathematical problem, isn't it? So if you say that, okay, there is a box, I have a lot of small boxes of this dimension. So how I can fill the small boxes into the bigger box? How many maximum number of, or how many numbers of small boxes will go into the big box? I want to maximize it. And they can understand, okay, that's a inscribing problem. Okay, we can solve it by geometry, or we can solve it by calculus, and integration. So they can understand that. So this is a language they can understand, not the business language. That they had to understand the problem in a mathematical way, or in a more specifically in the theoretical way. So what you have to do? The context to mathematical model. This is called translation of business language to academia. The context. The context is you have to optimize, or you have to maximize your profits by loading the maximum products in a container. That's the context. So you have to convert in a mathematical model. There is a box with fixed dimension, but there is a different dimension, small boxes. You have how to inscribe with less wastage. So they can understand this problem. So context to mathematical model. This is a language. So either you have to learn this language, or you have to use some mediator to understand. Very difficult for the academicians to learn your language. It's better you have to learn the language, then you can easily use academia. Then what are the challenges? The challenges is one. The first challenge what I noticed is team may not be having interest in your problem, because you start with an academia team, but what's their interest? Their interest is not income, because you are not paying. Most of the companies won't pay for these engaging academia, or a minimal payment. So actually, you are interested to solve your problem. They're interested to learn the topic in their own way, according to their syllabus. So the problem is when they follow their guide, their syllabus, it may deviate from your actual problem. That is the most of the project. We notice that we company will give a problem, but the academicians too, or students will take it as a project and do it their own way from their syllabus. There is no connection with the academic problem. So actually they need marks. They had to fulfill their course. That's the intention of the student. For the professors, they had to show that they already done some commercial projects. That's their intention. That they are not, actually they are not interested to solve your problem. That is secondary to them. For you, the problem is primary. Their academic marks and everything is not your interest. Your interest is to solve your problem. So this creates some conflicts, difference of interest. So always use the task manager in the proper way to synchronize this part. The next challenge is communicate, as I said. Communicate is always a problem. So I can give a lot of examples. For example, in market research, we can say that surveys. Everyone knows surveys. Academician says that it's an experiment. So you can't understand what is experiment. Oh, that's something happening in a lab, isn't it? It's called experiment according to common man's terms. But academicians say that it's experiment. Okay, another thing. So your customers, academics, people say there is a cohort. Oh, cohort experiment, cohort research. What we are doing. So in research we call it omnibus. Academicians say that it's a control groups. So these type of language difference is there, communication difference is there. I'm not saying language difference is the meaning difference or communication difference is there. So that is the biggest challenge. That's the main reason the middle level companies are not using academic, because they don't know how to speak to academicians, and academicians don't know how to explain their things to a business person. I always attend the conference, which is joint conference between academicians and practitioners, business people. So we notice all these communication gaps, and we find or we give suggestions how to manage that. But nowadays, in developed countries, most of the universities are insisting for commercial projects. There is a good sign, and of course, keep in mind that big companies are using academia is in a big way, because they always use academicians because they know how to tackle this scenario, tackle the communication, how to manage academicians. They know, so they are using it. So in the middle level companies, you have to use it because I already explained what is the benefits. Why should you use it? Then communication. After communication, that is one of the important thing. Is a human habit. Is a teacher's ego. All the teachers have ego. They feel that they know everything. They are the ultimate word for a discussion. This is one of the biggest problem with academia. Okay, they may say that, okay, students, you can ask any questions, but the last word is mine. But in business, it's not like that. The problem of teachers is they always interacting with students who is in the learning platform and very junior to them, or their knowledge wise they are lower, as well as age wise they are junior to them. So they always have the superiority um, command, the superiority level while we talk to students. This same thing happen when you interact with teachers. So they don't have any experience, but still they take decisions and show the teacher's ego. So you have to tackle that. You keep in mind that don't expect any, even though they are giving decisions, that is a substandard decision, don't use that decision right away to your business. You always keep in mind that we engage them to learn and think. Of course, while learning and thinking as a human habit, they will give a lot of suggestions and decisions. Separate it. Okay. So don't try to tackle teachers' ego. That is always there. You can't do anything because it's a 25 years experience. Professor is having very super ego. I know that. Super ego. So it's very difficult to manage. But as a business person, you know how to manage different type of people. Because teachers don't know how to manage different type of people, different type of humans. They interact with the students always. That's all. But as a business person, you know how to handle different type of people. So handle this category also. That's only suggestions I have. So teachers' ego, don't frustrated with their ego and their commanding voice and their way of speaking. Keep in mind that they have experience in teaching, and you are engaging them for learn and think. That's their experience, learning and teaching. Okay. Then what's the benefit you have? As I said, you will get various models or various perspectives or problems that you can't. So you otherwise you have to go back to your school and learn all those things, and you have no time for that. Why should you waste time on that? You have to engage academia, and they will talk to you with the different models of the one problem. Maybe, for example, the problem I already explained, how to optimize the space. A calculus expert will talk, okay, you can use this calculus and its integration methods to optimize it. Algebraic person gives some other methods, and geometric person will say that, okay, we can inscribe with the less wastage. Think about different aspects. A costing person will come out the how the cost will vary when you swap the boxes. different perspectives you will get from academicians. Learn that, understand that in your language. That's a benefit you have. Okay, what are the takeaways? So this is an inevitable component in your business. Don't avoid this system because you have to move forward. For moving forward, theoretical backing is a must. Without theories, you can't move forward. Otherwise, you are just gambling in your business. Why I'm saying again and again, I know most of the small companies and middle level companies, they are just gambling. They are not doing business actually. They are just gambling. If gambling is your business, that's okay. But otherwise, you are gambling because you are taking decisions based on your intuition. Tomorrow, today morning, you are taking design, you are deciding something. Tomorrow morning, you'll be changing it. That's intuition-based decisions. That is not business. That is gambling. Business is calculated risk. That is decisions based on taking all the aspects. For example, if you are going to violate a law, I'm not supporting to violate law. If you are going to violate a law for your business, you have to understand all the perspectives, all the aspects of that law, or you can manipulate the things within the limits. For that, you need academic knowledge or theoretical knowledge, whatever maybe. Not only I'm talking about law or costing or that, but think about engineering side, think about designing, think about market. Okay, so academicians know all the aspects, all the perspectives. You don't have experience in all the perspectives. You may be uh, selling ice creams, so you know the ice cream market, but you may not have any idea about other way of doing. That says maybe you have dealer network and all those value chain part, but you whether you know about the do it yourself ice creams. So you may not, because there's a new development or new area in food industry. So there are different perspectives you have to talk about. So engage academia is an inevitable thing. So engage academia for studying and thinking about a problem. That's very important. Then do not expect decisions from academia to move forward. I already explained. Decisions from academia is always substandard, not a business decision. So you have to take decisions. You have to engage a person to learn topic, then you have to take decision. Engage academia for specific tasks, not a business consult. That's also important. Don't engage them to a general consultation. That won't work with academia. Academia needs a specific problem to give answer to that specific problem. Okay, always keep clarity on what task to be given to academia. You have to clearly define the task. Select a uh, team based on specialization. So select the academic team for each area and define the task, and whether it's a marketing task or it's a costing task or a designing task or a legal task. You have to clearly define this area, define the task, and select only the specific people to that. Don't select a chartered accountant for a marketing decision. So it won't work. Chartered accountant is for costing. That way you have to keep it. Use the academic language. I already said that the mathematical modeling is their language. Use the academic language to communicate. You have to have some idea about this academic language, then only you can engage academicians, or you engage a task manager who can do that. Maybe you have people which is having both experience, maybe 10 years in teaching and another 10 years in industry experience. That may be the right person. Otherwise, better to try to understand their language. Then let them use all theoretical and empirical models to explore the problem. Let them do their own way. Don't guide them because that's not your area. You engage them to learn and think. Let them think, let them learn in different ways. Then they will come back to you. Oh, this is what we identified. Then you visualize it into your business context, whether these things identified is relevant to you, and take decisions. That's the way you have to move forward. So it's at the end, what's the benefit? Of course, studying and thinking about the problem using various models, as I explained. They will study, think about problems with various models. These are the main takeaways. So I hope you are clear about this component. Don't think that this is not a required component. This is a must in your business for move forward. Otherwise, you won't have the new capabilities or new way of thinking. So that is knowledge upgrade is a must for you as well as your team. So it's an inevitable thing, but use it proper way in their language. You have to understand their language. Okay, then the next week I'll come with the next component. That's the last component. It's a government. That's very interesting component. How to use government machinery, government for your ecosystem. Thank you for today. So if you want to talk to me, scan this QR code and fix an appointment with me. I'm happy to share any information connected to open innovation journeys or UX research or anything connected to uh, innovation. Please share and like my presentation to your and share my presentation to your colleagues. At the same time, you can ask questions. So to the comment box, I will get back to you with my answers. Waiting for questions. Okay, what is the duration of each? Well, it depends on duration of each task, whether you have a maximum or minimum. That is, you have to decide based on the task, but don't engage a team, academic team, for 1 week assignments. That won't work because they need more than 1 week to understand. They will say that, okay, I will solve it in 1 week, to max 2 weeks, or at least 1 month. Because 2 weeks, maybe the students have the internal assignment for 2 weeks. That's their purpose. But your purpose is solving the problem. So they have to understand the problem and get the recommendation. Means 2 weeks is not enough. So I won't entertain that 1 week or 2 week engagement of academia. So I always I always do 1 month or 3 months, and only they can. Always conduct meetings with them, regular meetings, because they have to understand. Share your experience, and they will share their knowledge. That's a way to move forward. Don't think that this is a waste of time, because you should have a mindset of learning from different perspectives, but you don't have time. They are your learning equipment. You treat them in that way. They are your learning equipment. It will give, after learning, it will give all the perspectives to you. Then you have to take decisions. That's way. So don't think that the time is a waste. That's required. At the same time, you share your experience, why we are rejecting your perspective. That is one of the important thing you can share to them, because this is not practical, this is not useful for us, okay, because of such and such reasons. That's the way you have to interact with them. So better to have 1 to 3 months engagement with academia. Don't need not require academia beyond that, because they will be finding problems instead of your problem. They will be finding problems in you and trying to learn. So that is not required for you. So you have to clearly define the problem and continue. Engage the team. Okay. Thank you for today. See you next week. Thank you.